Hello everyone and welcome to Malu's Resilient People podcast. My name is Mara, I'm a writer, a healing therapist and a life coach who have met hundreds of people with amazing life experience to be shared. Stay tuned and feel empowered with these inspirational stories. Victoria Battman is our guest number 10. Her son Josh was killed in a hit and run by an elderly unlicensed drink driver in April 2019. The charity Josh Hearts of Gold was established in memory of Josh in November 2021. Victoria created the charity with the aim to help others dealing with their grief. Hello everyone, welcome to Malu Resilient People podcast. Today with me we have Victoria Battman.
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
We are at Crofton Cake and Bakery at Orpington. So looking forward for this interview today, guys. Victoria, nice to have you here today. Thank you for coming. So why do you consider yourself a resilient person?
Well, I believe people who are resilient have to work through emotional pain and suffering on a daily basis, and I feel that the charity has helped me to overcome that daily and to be able to do that.
Why did you create your charity?
Josh's Heart of Gold was created in November 2021. We set up the charity in memory of my son Josh, who was killed in a road traffic accident in a hit and run by an elderly unlicensed drink driver in 2019. And the charity was something I wanted to do instantly. It was with me right from the start, and it's helped me through the grieving process massively. I think it's given me something positive to focus on and to help others through the most difficult times.
And where did this idea came from? When did you decide to create the association?
It was because my son Josh had such a heart of gold. He was such a kind, caring person who always wanted to help others. So that was something I wanted to carry on for him, and in his memory is to keep his kind, caring soul alive and helping many people.
And why this association became so important in your life?
It's so important to me to obviously keep Josh's memory alive. Also, at the time when we was at the hospital, Josh was airlifted to the Royal London. So at the time we left the hospital, we were just given a bag of booklets, and we was just left alone basically to deal with the grief. We had many bereavement numbers were in the book. Obviously you're in a state of shock for quite some time, so didn't access support straight away. But when we did call through those numbers, we found that quite traumatic, explaining what we've been through, to then be added to waiting lists to access support. And the waiting lists were kind of like years of waiting, not instant help. So the charity was aimed and set up to be an instant support to families once they leave hospital. So following on straight from hospital aftercare support, which when we was at the Royal London, they didn't have a bereavement support nurse there, but now with support that we have given, they've managed to access a bereavement support nurse who helps families regularly once they leave the hospital and go home, and support them with aftercare.
So does the hospitals give enough support when a situation like this happens?
When we was in hospital, yes, the Royal London staff were amazing. They went above and beyond really to help us, and we felt really supported there. But once we left, you were just left alone, and everyone presumed we were being supported by professional services, but that wasn't the case. So.
And you need to be on that waiting list, you were saying?
Yeah, so we were kind of given a bag of booklets with different bereavement services, and then so you'd call those services whenever, obviously, depending on when the time's right for you. You wasn't straight away for me, but I did call them, and we were just put on that you have to explain everything you've been through, which is traumatic in itself because you feel like you're reliving everything over again, to then be added to waiting lists for support. in our local borough, the actual waiting list for a telephone consultation was 2.5 years.
Wow.
And then once they've done their assessment and decided which therapy was needed, it was then a case of you've got to wait for that treatment and we can't give you a timescale. So yes, the access for mental health support is very limited.
Okay. Which kind of support is the association offering at the moment?
So Josh's Heart of Gold, we're based within the Royal London Hospital, and because that's where Josh was taken. So at the moment we provide families with grants to cover the cost of food, travel and accommodation.
Okay.
And we pay that directly to the family when they're in hospital. And then to follow on with the aftercare support, we have a telephone support service, which is supported by a lady at Samaritans. Obviously myself, I talk to families as well. And we're looking to grow that service to offer a range of services to families to help with their grief.
Okay. So is it a national association at the moment, not just based on people in London?
Yeah, so at the moment we are currently just based within the Royal London Hospital, but we would like to grow that to other hospitals which don't have the support in place for families. I understand that Great Ormond Street and other children's hospitals have that service in place already, but there's many others out of London that there's no support there for families available.
When does a person recognize they need help from one of the associations that you have at the moment?
I think that when you go through a traumatic event, I think you know instantly that you are going to need support from others. And I think you're in so much shock in the beginning. You just don't want to believe what's actually happened to you. And I think the scale of that shock varies from person to person. And so I did contact services, but it wasn't right away. But obviously what suits one doesn't fill all with grief, and the grieving process is very different for everyone. So I do think people know there will be a need for support, but the timescale on when they may reach out to access that will vary from person to person.
How long does it take for a person that looks for help, it goes to your association, to actually feel they are healing something on them?
Well, in my situation, obviously, the loss of a child is something you will never heal from. Never. It's with you daily, and it's just building a way to get through your day. I'd say taking each day at a time. Don't look at the bigger picture, because that can bring on a lot of anxiety and panic and worry. And I think speaking to others that have been through the same as you, or can relate and understand what you've been through, does really help. More than speaking to a professional who hasn't been through what you have yourself. So I'd say speaking to others who have been in similar situations definitely helps. In regards to the charity, our charity, when people contact, the phone service is there instantly, so they can access
Is it
that.
24 hours open?
It's not
line,
24 hours, it's Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But like I say, we are looking at ways of improving that to offer a larger range of services to families.
So which kind of professionals do you have now working at the association? Doctors, psychologists?
No, so like we have a lady from Samaritans, obviously myself, because I said that talking to someone who's been through similar can help a lot more than someone who hasn't. And then we are looking to get a psychologist to come on board to support families, so they have instant access to a psychologist right away. But for now, that's the service in place.
And is it only online help, or people can go to a meeting with you or with one of the other persons that have passed through the same?
Right now it is only the telephone service, but we would be probably looking to do that in the future sometime. Yeah.
Do you think that when a person goes through this situation, is it better for them to actually see the others face to face, to feel more comfortable maybe?
I think yes, it is nice to meet face to face. I myself have with other families, and it does bring you a bit of comfort to understand that there is people out there who have been what you've been through and want to help and support you. It definitely helps face to face, yeah.
Is there any plans that you have for the association in the near future?
We're just looking to fundraise as much as possible so we can grow the organisation and help many more people and hopefully help many other hospitals with this support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you will be open to everyone, not just for moms who lose a kid, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's your message for the people out there?
Just to stay strong, and although it's very hard, to just work through each day at a time and try and focus on something positive you can work towards, and kind of set goals throughout your day so you feel like you achieve something each day, even if it's just something little like going out for a walk. Being out in nature massively helps. I like to go for lots of walks and stuff.
That's actually a good point. So which kind of things can the person do to distract themselves or to move forward with their lives?
So, like I said, the charity helped me to focus on something positive, and whenever I feel down or low, I just go straight to the charity and think of something new and put time into that, which helps me. Obviously, not everyone's going to set up a charity, but maybe getting involved with charity work or however the loss has taken place to fundraise for that charity or hold an event. And just going outdoors for walks in nature definitely helped me and my children. And maybe obviously exercise is a good one. Trying to exercise as much as possible.
Distract the mind.
Mental health, yeah. I did go to the gym quite a lot afterwards and just do some running, which helped me.
Okay. Thank you. So supporting our podcast today, we have Liz, Victoria and Tracy from BMI, and they are here to present their own association. So Liz.
So yes, thank you for having us from Resilient People podcast alongside Tracy and Victoria, who we're supporting today, the local charity Joshua's Heart, and also Mary at Mary's Cafe and Bakery, and Shane, who's here from Blackredmedia. So we all met through the BNI international organisation, and we all support each other in our local businesses. So we're here to support each other as like-minded business owners and keeping money in the local area. So here today is hopefully a positive thing, and we'll keep growing as a chapter.
Thank you very much all for watching our podcast. Please make sure you support these lovely ladies here, and make sure you subscribe our channels on YouTube and Spotify.
Thank you for being with us today. I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode with another inspiring and powerful story. Follow us on Spotify and check the links below to learn more about us. Stay tuned and see you soon.